Nothing better than a coffee in the morning. Good morning. My name is Jamie from Jamie's Place. I want to talk about something. For the past year, I had a challenge. A challenge that I promised to do. For, let's see, 2011, for 7 years, I've been using an iPhone. From the iPhone 4S all the way to the iPhone 10. Before the iPhone 4S, before 2011, I had Windows Phone. You know, those. Yes, I use Windows Phone. Basically, they were Samsung devices with Windows Phone OS 7. So, mobile version of Windows 7. And slightly tweaked, but still Windows Mobile. So I had a lot of experience on Microsoft's mobile platform and Apple's mobile platform. So last year I challenged myself to use an Android phone, or at least have an Android phone for an entire year. So first of all, last year I started and bought a €99 LG K7 of 2017. It was just a budget device, 8 GB of storage, not even an LCD display. It was basic, but I played around with it, played around with Android and all the features, and I saved money and bought a high-end flagship Android phone. And it was hard. Like, what high-end phone should I buy from Android? Because I never had experience except this throwaway test €99. Because I still had to do the 1-year challenge, so I'm not allowed. It's not that I had to use this phone for a year. I could replace that phone for another Android phone. So lots of thinking, and then around the summer I bought the Huawei P20 Pro. It was the Twilight version, or the unicorn version, the way I call it. It was pretty, and it has an amazing 40 megapixel picture camera. I say an amazing picture camera because the video camera is awful. Really awful. So I used that phone for a month and I just sold it because I got crazy. Like, this is awful. The video camera sucked. The Twilight color was really a bad idea. Huawei's EMU skin was just ugly and just distracting. Even though it looks like iOS, it's like the worst side of iOS. So no, I was not happy with Huawei's EMUI and all that stuff. But I easily replaced it with a phone that I know that people love, which was at that moment the highest Samsung phone you can buy, which was the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I bought the Galaxy S9 Plus and I used that one from August all the way to a week ago, maybe, from when I record this, and I'm impressed. I even managed to get Android Pie on it last month. It was a good phone, really good phone. Was a good display, good OS, good camera, good video camera, very important. So I kept that phone for almost half a year. Half of my challenge was with that phone. And now that the year is over, I have a different view now. I know what Android is, I know what the good and bad side are about Android. I played in LG's area, in Huawei's area, and in Samsung's area. So I know enough about Android to have a common sense about them. After the year was over, I had to ask my question. I did not upgrade the iPhone 10 because I wanted to see should I evolve this iPhone to the newer iPhone or buy a really important Galaxy or whatever phone, an Android phone as the number one? Because I use this thing, this was my second phone, so I use mainly this as my daily driver and stuff, but I had an Android phone, just like the way I've been using this iPod. It's like a smaller sibling, or in this case the bigger when it comes to the Android phones, because the iPhone 10 is actually smaller than most of these phones. Well, the year is over. The LG phone is with a friend of mine. The Huawei is sold for a decent amount of money. I'm friends with that person, he lost it. And I gave away the S9 Plus to a very close friend of my mom. In exchange, I got the iPhone 7, which I reviewed. And then I gave it to my father, so I traded in phones. I didn't ask money for that phone because I spend my own money and I don't care, okay? It's been a year. So, the age-old question. After the 1 year Android challenge is finished, am I going to buy a main daily driver Android phone or replace my iPhone with a new iPhone? And I'm gonna say this. One of the biggest reasons why I will not buy a new Android phone will be talked about on my 4th talk episode. Well, the first one was about changing my room, the second one was about the rails, you know what I talk about. This is episode 3, and the next episode is gonna be a sequel to this exact episode. But I'm not gonna buy a new Android phone. I will buy a new phone and I will review it. I told you in the iPhone 10 review that I would not buy the iPhone XS. It's the same phone, and the XR is like iPhone 9. I will buy the iPhone XS Max. I'm not out if I will buy space gray or gold. But I will talk about the reason why in the next talk episode, which will be released right after this one. Jamie from Jamie's Place, out.